to just make little tiny incisions so that way when it's like molded around a surface that like Hey guys, welcome back to Cody's Crafting Corner. I'm Cody, this is my corner. Let's get crafting. So I was cleaning out some of my craft spaces around my apartment this weekend, and I am a pathological hoarder. So instead of throwing things away, I just find ways to upcycle them. And the two pieces that spoke to me the most were an old copy of Pride and Prejudice that had basically fallen off of its bindings, and a half-broken styrofoam skull that was used for a show, but then it wasn't because broken. Well, we're just gonna have to mix these two things together. So our first step is we're gonna wanna take some of the pages that were in the book and we're going to tear off all of the like negative space. So all those margins and the borders. You'll be left with parchment that's just filled with words. And so then we're gonna make strips of these. And you could cut them with scissors, but I really like the sort of natural curvature of a good tear. So I'm gonna tear my strips. You don't want your strips to be too thick or else they're not gonna be very manageable or malleable. So try to keep them between like 1/4 and 1/2 of an inch. After you cut them up into like horizontal strips, I like to take scissors and I make little tiny incisions. So that way when I need to like wrap it around a shape, it has places it's gonna give and it's not gonna like buckle up. Okay, once you've prepped all of your strips, we're gonna get started with the spooky skull. So you're gonna put a thin layer of Mod Podge all over this. I don't know about you guys, but I have my nice brushes and then my not so nice brushes. And then even my nice brushes are like, are they nice because of sentimental reasons or are they nice because of practical reasons? Anyway, what you want for this is a trashy brush that you can throw away. So I like it in these super cheap spongy brushes. And we're just going to put a thin coat of Mod Podge all over this. You want a pretty sizable brush. Nothing too small or detailed because you're gonna wanna apply this as quickly as possible so that you can get to the strips and start putting them on while this is still damp. I'm sure you guys probably don't have broken styrofoam skulls laying around your own home. I shouldn't have them around mine, to be honest. Why can't I throw things out? Why can't I just throw things out like a sane person? But you could do this with just about anything. Maybe a small figurine of an animal, a rock. You can Mod Podge just about anything. That's what I learned from being an honorary member of a sorority for 4 years in college. Okay, once it has its nice thin layer of Mod Podge on it, you're gonna take your strips, dip them in the Mod Podge, and then lay them onto your skull. Be very, very liberal with your application of the Mod Podge. You want these pieces to be very, very, very Mod Podgery. Mod Podified? Mod Podification. Very wet. I feel like old books and skulls have a very like Halloween kind of vibe. So it feels a little weird to be doing a craft that's like a little bit spooky when it's only, you know, March 144th. You can use any kind of Mod Podge that you want. I am using matte for this, but if you wanted something glossy, like that's totally your business, you can do that. Okay, once you have every crevice covered, you want to take your sloppy fingers and you want to smooth out everything so that you know that you're getting every little corner in place, and also it helps sort of even out and smooth out the Mod Podge so you don't have giant pools of muck just floating on your figurine. And then you're gonna wanna let this dry for about 30 minutes. So go ahead and wash up in the meantime. Once your skull is completely dry, we're gonna get a paintbrush and put just a little bit of brown paint on the edge, and we're gonna dab off some of the excess. And we're gonna just fill in some of the crevices inside the eyes and the nose and under the cheekbones. And then we're going to aggressively blend in what we did. Ladies, think of it almost like how you apply, like, blending your makeup. Like, just keep going until, like, it's very, very smooth. And gentlemen, think of it like if you were applying makeup and you just kept swirling around until it was really, really smooth. If you accidentally over-apply some paint in certain parts, get a paper towel that's just a little bit damp, like wring out as much as you can, and then just sort of dab at it until it's closer to the look that you want. Personally, I'm going for something like a tea stain. And when you're done, you're left with your spooky book papier-mâché figurine, or maybe you made a well-read owl statue, or rememberful elephant. Whatever sculpture or figurine you decide to papier-mâché, I hope that you find a way to feature it and showcase it somewhere that people can see the cool thing that you made. Remember to have fun while you're upcycling and cleaning out your old things, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!